The 2026 FIFA World Cup round of 32 brought 70,000 fans to Toronto Stadium. For the losing team, the 4-year cycle ends tonight. At the center of this elimination match are two captains closing out their international careers. Cristiano Ronaldo at 41 and Luka Modrić at 40, meeting for what will be their final contest on the world stage. Both players carry the physical weight of over 2 decades of professional football, tasked with anchoring squads undergoing rapid generational shifts. The tactical setup presents a sharp contrast. Portugal relies on aggressive, vertical passing sequences and high pressure. Croatia is built to slow the game down, using patient, possession-based control to dictate the tempo. This knockout fixture tests which of these distinct footballing philosophies can better withstand the physical demands of a winner-take-all match. Portugal's 4-3-3 setup pushes an aggressive high line to force turnovers, utilizing rapid runs down the flanks to stretch the defense. This system depends heavily on Vitinha in the central pivot. Receiving the ball under pressure, he immediately launches the vertical attack. Out of possession, Croatia collapses into a dense 4-2-3-1 defensive block, daring opponents to play through the middle. Winning the ball back, Modrić and Kovacic use progressive carries and short lateral passes, moving horizontally through the counterpress until a vertical lane opens. Portugal's attacking philosophy requires high-speed disruptions, while Croatia's structure is designed specifically to absorb that speed and enforce a slower, methodical rhythm. As the match began to settle, the tactical contest centered on the central half spaces, the narrow corridors between the center circle and the touchline. Bruno Fernandes consistently drifted into these pockets. By receiving the ball between Croatia's midfield and defensive lines, he forced center-backs to step out of position, creating direct lanes into the penalty box. Marcelo Brozovic was tasked with plugging those exact gaps. Acting as a pure positional screener, he tracked Fernandes laterally, sweeping up loose touches to keep the Croatian backline intact. With the center congested, Portugal pushed the ball out to Rafael Leao on the left wing. His one-on-one dribbling forced Croatia's compact unit to stretch outward to provide cover. By dragging defenders to the touchline, Portugal pulled Croatia's organized block apart, manufacturing the isolated central gaps their penalty box striker needed. This split-screen graphic compares the defining individual matchup of the match: a 41-year-old penalty box forward matched against a 24-year-old modern center-back. Cristiano Ronaldo no longer relies on high-mileage runs down the wing. He operates almost entirely within the width of the penalty area, using short, calculated darts into blind spots to finish chances. Joško Gvardiol was responsible for neutralizing those short movements. He maintained positional discipline, using his physical strength and aerial dominance to cut off crosses before they reached the 6-yard box. Beyond defending, Gvardiol's composure on the ball allowed Croatia to bypass Portugal's first line of pressing. He carried the ball out of the back, initiating ground-based attacks from deep inside his own half. The winner of this specific physical battle determined the flow of the game: Portugal launching aerial crosses into the box, or Croatia keeping the ball on the turf to build from the back. The deadlock broke when Ivan Perišić found the back of the net, giving Croatia the initial advantage and validating their patient setup. Falling behind triggered an immediate reaction from Portugal. They accelerated their vertical transition speed, flooding the Croatian third until they earned a penalty, which Ronaldo converted to equalize. When a low-block defense faces sustained, high-speed pressure, structural discipline eventually cracks, leaving defenders scrambling to cover passing lanes. Portugal capitalized on the fractured line. Moving the ball rapidly into the box, Gonçalo Ramos exploited a gap in the defensive coverage to score Portugal's second goal. The match hinged on a single VAR review. Joško Gvardiol placed the ball in the net for what appeared to be the equalizer, only for the goal to be ruled out for an offside infringement. Trailing 2-1, Croatia had to abandon their defensive block and commit players forward. Chasing the game left vast spaces behind their midfield, playing directly into Portugal's deadly transition strengths. When the final whistle blew, the Portuguese squad gathered in a celebratory huddle. They posed with a jersey reading 21, a quiet tribute to their late teammate, Diogo Jota, as they advanced to the round of 16. This radar chart maps the final performance metrics. Cristiano Ronaldo earned Player of the Match honors, while young talents like João Neves and Josko Guardiola posted elite underlying statistics for possession and recoveries. For the Croatian veterans, the result marked the end of a grueling campaign. Years of deep tournament runs concluded with a narrow defeat in Toronto. The knockout stages offer no second chances. A single disallowed goal and a narrow structural breakdown separate the teams that pack for the next city from the teams that pack for home. Portugal's high-speed transitions eventually wore down Croatia's structural control. Yet the enduring legacy of this match is the shared history of two defining football cultures and their legendary captains.